Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Meet the Shoe podcast, Shackle History Unleashed. And you know who it is. I don't even have to tell you and give you another introduction. But today we are talking about TikTok. So TikTok has came out with this viral incident that happened, and we're not sure, but what is his name? Douglas, Delina?
Yeah, so
Douglas
his name
Barnes?
is his name is
Douglas Barnes.
Douglas Barnes,
Hmm.
and he is a 45-year-old who was arrested for the murder of a 17-year-old Samantha McCarthy
Hmm.
at her high school prom. The incident occurred on Friday evening outside of Livonia High School,
Yes, Livonia.
leaving the community in shock and mourning. Samantha McCarthy, daughter of Sergeant Mike McCarthy
Hmm.
of Livonia Police Department, was
Yes,
stepping out of her limousine when Barnes, armed with an AK-47.
AK
I would say,
47.
where did he get that from?
Right.
Black man with an AK-47, I'm going to
Hmm.
say, because we know all the other people be having them AK-47s, right? So
Exactly.
he was armed with it, opened fire, riddling the teenager with bullets. Witnesses reported that Barnes then sat and awaited arrival for the police, repeatedly shouting, "Eye for an eye."
Right.
So, and that goes back to a prior tragic event.
That was 4 years prior.
Yep, that which was 4 years prior in 2020, where Sergeant McCarthy fatally shooting Barnes' son, 19-year-old Gino Barnes,
Hmm.
during a traffic stop. The confrontation began over expired tags, and according to reports, Gino reached for his glove box to retrieve his insurance information, prompting McCarthy to open fire. Sergeant was later acquitted of the charges.
So when you read that, it's just brought up a lot of mixed emotions, knowing that if this happened, right? So say this is what's going on.
Hmm.
This man had enough room, well, patience, because he wanted to avenge his son's death, right?
Right,
He followed these people, the sergeant, and got to know the family for 4 whole years, even to know when this girl goes to when she graduate, when it's prom, and all that, and to drive up to a prom location and just let fire on her as soon as she step out of a limousine. That's really deep, and that makes you think, who's watching you? Who's following you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You all on social media probably saying everything you're doing, every move you're making.
yep.
So there are people that will
Untouchable.
avenge you, and yeah, that will avenge something that you have done in the past or whatever, because this is a long stretch if this has happened. So as I did research, I didn't see anything on CNN or any of the major outlets like Fox, NBC, ABC News. And I'm
Right,
like, is this really real? You know what I'm saying? So we like, when me and you discussed it, we're like, okay, TikTok has gone viral with this.
right.
A couple young ladies have put this out, guys, young ladies and guys have put this out as a true factual incident.
Yeah.
And we have not fact checked it yet. We haven't seen anything, no court documents or anything saying this man is locked up or anything of, even with Gino, the son, 4 years prior. All this stuff would come up on Google. Google brings up every case, anything that has happened in your life
Hmm.
personally will come up on Google. And
Right.
none of these things are coming up. So it's kind of weird to me that TikTok is really talking about this.
Well, here's the thing. The story, I believe it came from somewhere. The facts behind it, they might not be all true. They could be
Hmm.
altered, right?
Hmm.
Um, it's so hard these days to figure out, what's true and what's not. By you not
Hmm.
being able to see it on CNN or Google, they just might not be making a big deal about it, right? And so Doesn't mean that the story is a complete lie, right? Because they have these pictures and they have this girl, right? Now,
The
what's the
pictures
fact
and
by
the
the by
girl
the by
can
the
be
sergeant?
fabricated, huh?
Huh?
It can be fabricated. So the
Right,
person,
right. That's what I'm saying. We don't
no,
know the exact because like I
right.
said, the dad probably is a sergeant. He probably did shoot somebody.
Hmm.
Was somebody talking about they was gonna kill? We don't know. Did
Right,
they actually do it? We don't know, right?
right. And Douglas Barnes, there's not in custody in Livonia
Oh, okay. He's
Police
not.
Department. They're looking. Everybody looked up the name, and there's no search of that person. You could go on the internet, say inmate locator in certain counties, and see if it's in. I'm quite sure if you're in jail for murder, it's in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do some more deep investigation, but now it's all
Okay,
alleged.
so here goes thoughts. It says this is the 45-year-old. So I'm
And
reading
he
the
looks older
same.
than 45. That picture,
He
that
looks
man looks like
way
he's
older than 45.
65. That's what I'm saying. So
Now this
everything.
was searched yesterday. This is the
Hmm.
same story, right?
Hmm.
This was searched yesterday. So, and this was on Facebook, but it isn't saying that it's a lie. It just says the 45-year-old Douglas. Yeah, it just says the story, but it isn't much attention,
No,
right?
it's not. That's because I'm quite sure people have looked that these people, this certain group of people said we need to stop listening to TikTok
Yeah, I don't believe
all
that
the time. You know
all
what I'm
the
saying?
time.
You
Well, if
you
that's the
need
case,
to,
all the news is said to be
nah,
fabricated, right?
well, no. If
Talk-
you have
tick- tick- all
an
TikTok
average,
isn't a lie.
no, not all of TikTok is a lie, but you have these people that always how can I say, kind of chasing to get the views, clout chasing, and they make up certain stuff.
Right,
They make up stuff, so then
right,
it goes viral from one person to the next person to the next person, and the truth or the lie is stretched a bit, it's exaggerated a bit, and it's not the same as what the first person said about it.
right. Well, the big story what's going on right now. Another story dealing with a 25-year-old,
Hmm.
a 25-year veteran, uh,
Okay.
sergeant, is in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Hmm.
Pulled over a 16-year-old. The Grand Rapids, Michigan sergeant is Brian Keeley, 50
Hmm.
years old of Grand Rapids, is charged with will be charged with murder. This
Ooh.
just happened yesterday,
Okay.
and he's white. Samuel Sterling is black. It's unclear when he'll be arraigned, the sergeant, right? But he is charged he killed this kid a day ago.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they're stating that the footage of the body cam surveillance video from the neighboring businesses prior to completing our investigation is that Michigan Attorney General Dana Nazel
Hmm.
said in a short video statement released on social media, we have found that Detective Sergeant Keeley's actions that they were legally grossly negligent and created a very high risk of death or great bodily harm, which could
Mm.
have otherwise been prevented. And it states that Keeley did make an on assault and battery using the motor vehicle. He used the motor vehicle to, I guess,
Oh.
run the kid down, right?
Oh no.
And respects for the victim and family are in legal processing. So they don't really want to speak
Press
on it.
charge.
They said
Yeah.
if convicted of second-degree murder, Keeley could spend the rest of his life in prison.
Oh wow.
Or if he gets an involuntary manslaughter, carries a sentence of 15 years, up to 15 years in prison.
Okay. Hmm.
And the mother said it's still a long journey of any type of anything justice, right?
It is a long journey. You
Yeah.
a cop runs over your child
Mm-hmm.
and uses car as a weapon, chasing them down. You should have just let him go ahead about his business. It's not that serious, unless he did something like a murder or something like that. But I
Yeah,
mean,
his attorney said he had no intentions of purposely harming Mr. Sterling. How? You
yeah, you
drove
probably
him
did, but
over.
you mowed them down. That's what they call
Yeah,
mow down.
yeah, exactly.
And I couldn't imagine the mother, going on the scene or even hearing about how her child suffered, because that was a suffering, slow death. Um,
That was horrible.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
just imagine you're already intensified about the police gonna get you,
chasing you.
and
Hmm.
then to mow you down or eat to shoot or to even shoot you. Just imagine
Yeah,
just the things that's going through your body and through your mind when you even have to deal with the anxiety of anybody. I don't care what color you are.
yeah,
Dealing with the police,
yeah.
everybody is
Everybody has.
intensified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
You
do.
don't even want to be questioned
No,
by
you
them
just
under
no,
no circumstances about nothing. When
not
it
at
comes to
all.
the police, you get
Hmm.
tensed up even if it's good standing next to them,
Right.
just because you know how things could turn bad fast.
Really
The
quick.
simplest thing could turn bad fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Oh,
remember
I
I had stated that before one time I was parked in the wrong spot, but not really. I jumped
mm-hmm.
out to go get a pizza. I think I talked about that
Oh
before.
yeah.
That
Mm-hmm.
that I'll never forget that. That sticks in the front
Yeah.
because she was all rough and had her face all bent up and was, "Well, what are you doing? What are you parking here?"
Wow.
I looked her dead in her eye. I don't know what came over me. I looked her dead in her eye. I said, "Why are you so aggressive?" I went in there to get my daughter a pizza and I was
Right.
picking it up.
Hi, Ian. Mhm.
Hello. And when as soon as I did that, it's like her whole thing went down.
Her demeanor. Yeah. Yeah.
And she said, she looked at me and she looked and heard what I said, and she said, "You just have to hurry up. You can't park here. This is for the taxis." I said,
Oh,
"Okay, ma'am."
okay.
I said, "Okay, ma'am."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
got on.
You want no parts, no escalation, no problem. Yes, you right. That's it.
No
And I was
way.
telling my sister that, what I'm saying, even with you at the airport, the TSAs, the flight attendants, anybody that works in the airport, they working for the federal government. You know what I'm saying? So that means you need to respect everything they say. You can't go back and forth with those people because those people got the power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Got to
saying?
respect authority, honey.
Yeah, they got the
Got to
power
respect
because
authority.
they can throw you off a plane. They can do whatever. Because it went viral when that lady last week, she was sitting in the exit row and she said something about she not saving nobody. And they said, "Huh? What did you say?" Well, you only be sitting here in the exit row. You know what I'm saying? So another
Bye
they
bye.
said, oh,
They tell
saying,
you that automatic. They need
right.
you to verbally say yeah.
You need to
You
verbally
said
say yes.
no,
She kept
bye.
on. She kept on talking smart. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, okay, we want you to move to another seat. But she got smart with the attendant, the flight attendant. They said, okay, you're getting off the plane. I'm
Mhm.
not going nowhere. I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. Yeah, yeah. So they
Mhm.
debunked the whole plane. Everybody mad at her. They debunked
Mhm.
the whole plane and they took her out the back of the plane, one on one side, and the other in the front of, and one in the back of her,
Yeah.
cops.
Right.
And look, she was kicking and hollering up out of there. One shoe on, one shoe off. They didn't care how
Right.
she was about it, but if she's getting up off of that plane.
That's
Y'all,
right.
people got to learn how to be respectful. And if you feel upset about something, write a complaint.
Right.
Pen and pencil make it work, baby.
that
Box, stop lip
actually
boxing.
work.
You
That
said
actually works way better than getting smart
yes,
and
because you might
you
get a
know
free flight or
going
anything from
going
you.
off. I mean, you don't get anywhere by doing all that. What's the solution? You do all that huffing and puffing, and then what's the
Mhm.
solution? How we gonna solve this problem? And a
Exactly.
lot of times, most of the people, hey, Mayla,
Mhm.
a
Hey,
lot of
man.
the times, most of the people um do the snapping to get the reaction to cause attention to them. But really, when you cause the attention to you, everybody's looking at you like you a fool anyway. I don't care what point you're
What?
making.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
you learn when like in high school you do it the front, right? But
Yeah.
now that you're an adult, it's like I don't even want to cause this scene.
Right. I don't have
I'm not
time.
doing it. I don't want to, and
Mhm.
I'm in the right, and I don't want to
Mhm.
cause a scene. I don't want no attention on me because
Exactly.
somebody is gonna make a meme out of you.
Mhm. Yeah, okay. And they
You'll be
sure
more
made a
worried.
meme
You'll
of
be
her.
more worried about the meme and more worried about the embarrassment of you
You done
being online than anything.
gone viral for being stupid. Mm-mm,
Yeah, it's
mm-mm.
sad when you gotta ask somebody, "Don't record me, don't record me, don't record."
They gonna record you, baby. It's all
Yeah,
the popping.
yeah. So
Oh my
there
god.
was a situation where what's her name, Candace Owens was
Oh
online talking
yes.
about she wants us to end. This should be illegal. Pornography should be illegal, right? She wants
Hmm.
to end it altogether, which that will never happen, right?
You never know because they don't have porn in communist states countries. Like I don't think they have it in China.
They have porn in their house.
I don't even
They
think
have porn. I don't care what
Dubai.
they're telling us.
Dubai does not have porn. Dubai,
What
no,
makes you say that? Because you went there. What makes you say
they
that they don't?
don't.
They don't
They
have no
don't.
sexual. There's no sexualization of the eyes because you have to
Mm,
be covered up, right?
basically, yes. I mean, I seen people, dress like when they, regular clothes like we dress. I seen girls dress in sexy dresses, anything like that. But they have control of your internet over there.
I'm saying over there. So you mean to tell me, can you wear a tight dress?
Yeah, you can wear a tight dress. Yeah,
Can you have
but
a slit up the
your
front, a
porn
slit
is
up the back?
different. I seen that. Yeah, I seen girls wear
Okay, so then they
skirts.
have it. Then every
No,
country has
mm-mm,
pornography. Yeah.
mm-mm. They ain't got no porn now. Girl, you better ask somebody. They ain't got no porn. I know some people live there. They ain't got no porn. You go get some porn and people knocking on your door if you got some porn.
What? So can you explain to the viewers what the people that have never been to Dubai, we keep hearing about this man-made place, right?
You
That they
cannot,
made up, right?
you cannot
And so it's
display.
supposed to be the perfect promised land. That's supposed to
It
be the
is.
real
That's what
place,
they say
right?
it is. Fantasy world.
Right.
For
Okay. It's
fun.
expensive to live there. I know that. So if you ain't
Hmm.
got no money, you there's no
That's
way
what
you
it
would
is.
make it, right?
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
trash on the ground.
None.
There's no homeless people.
No. All those people live out in the desert.
So there is homeless people.
The have-nots live way out, and
And
it's like a
what is
community.
considered have-nots out there? Because we know what it is over here, but what is it out there?
It's just a community of people that live out in the desert. I think they feed them though. They make sure that people eat. I
So
you know
that's
from what I'm
probably
seeing.
why there's no theft.
Oh,
And
baby, if you steal,
hmm
they send you to a prison that they said
you're
is bad.
never getting out. Yeah.
You'll never get out, and you will never want to. If you get out, you'll never want to go back.
Well, you see the
There's
girl.
no begging. You cannot beg. None. You
You
can't beg
seen
at
the
all.
American girl that yelled at the car rental attendant, and she's
Yes.
still in jail.
Yes.
It's been about 8 months now.
Yeah. No art. You
And
can't argue on the streets. You
I
can't
have one.
panhandle.
I have one friend that did time in another country.
Mm-hmm.
She said that was the worst time of her life ever.
Mm-hmm.
She stated that um, if you wrote anything when she wrote home, if you wrote anything
Mm-hmm.
about the jail or anything, it was getting ripped up in your face. Start
Yeah.
over. You tell your family you love them. You want to know what's going on. Tell me what grandma, auntie, all them is doing. Did you move? Do you stay there? I can't wait to get home. Stuff like that.
That's it. Yeah. But you know what? Brittany Grenner said how horrible it was being in Russia prison.
Yeah. And
She
this
told,
person, a friend of mine, she was in Barbados or something, one of those countries with a
mm,
B. I'm saying
or,
Barbados. It might not have been that, but
or
whatever it
Bahamas or
was,
somewhere over there.
yeah,
Hmm.
somewhere like that. And she said that it was not nothing about it was good. And it was other Americans over there.
Yeah. It's
Thank
like
God she wasn't the only American in that jail, but she
right.
only did a little small amount of time over there, maybe a year or two. But
Hmm.
she said by it being so when that she was so young, this was before she had kids,
Yeah.
that it didn't really take an effect like it mentally takes effect now when she goes back to it.
Oh yeah.
'Cause, we're older now, so she thinks about it sometimes,
Hmm.
and that it really is mentally draining.
Yeah.
And when you sit and you think
That'll
about,
drive you crazy.
yeah, you sit and you think about the meaning of our podcast when we start this podcast about being in the shoe, right?
Yeah.
It's illegal humanity wise to even lock anybody up. And technically, from what Dick Gregory says, this is a quote from him, that it's illegal that we even go to school. That
Yeah.
kids are in a that's why the kids have to have
Institutionalized in the school
recess. That's why
system.
they have to have recess, right?
Hmm.
And that's why I have to have fun day and fun class.
Hmm.
Because we are not supposed to be confined in one spot for hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
All this
All the
stuff
time.
that's around us right now, when we sit, even with the arguments about our work shifts,
Yes.
6, 8, 12, right? And if you work
Hmm.
16, oh Lord, oh my
Okay, girl.
God.
No.
In
No.
between, even if you do a two shift, right? A double
Hmm.
shift, because um I know some people right now that do double shifts, right?
Right.
In that shift, they split those little short times up, those 15-minute breaks or whatever. They
Hmm.
split them
Hmm.
up a lot. And then you get that long hour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in case you have to go to the car and take you a quick power nap or something like that.
Right. But when you talk about the shoe, and
Mm-hmm.
you think about the shoe in the United States going to solitary confinement. My brother-in-law worked as a cop in Nigeria,
Okay.
and when they put people in jail or
Mm-hmm.
prison,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's regular jail. It's not even a prison. It's like a concrete, nothing but concrete, but dirty concrete. The concrete
Yep.
that has a lot of dirt, mud, concrete
Yeah.
in that cell,
Mm-hmm.
and you sleep on the floor.
Yep.
There's no bed, nothing. And then in the corner, it's just like a little hole with like the system. You know how to, if you picked up your toilet stool, you can see
Mm-hmm.
that hole right there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You just poop down it.
Yep.
That's in the corner. So you pee and poop down in there, and
Right.
you eat your food through a little slide, through the slide in the door. You know what I'm saying? But they're laying on the floor, and the jail don't feed you. Your family has to come and feed you. So imagine coming from a poor family and they don't have enough food to feed you outside of their home. You know what I'm saying? But they got to feed you in prison too.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some of the people only eat once a day. The jail don't feed them. So I couldn't imagine
Mm-hmm.
being in jail somewhere like that,
Mm-hmm.
and your family had to bring your clothes to change.
Yeah. It
It's
makes
not
me
the government.
it makes me sad, just to think about from when I was locked up, and I was down in Texas,
Hmm.
and I was in the FCI, and so I'm behind the fence, but we could have movement. And in the back of me was the maximum security. They couldn't move or do nothing, right?
Mm,
They was in the cage for real, right?
right.
And just being locked up and away, many, many miles away in the federal system in Texas, and to be telling myself, don't get in no fight. Don't
Yeah.
get smart. Like, I mentally was drained. I'm laughing
Hmm.
now, but
Yeah.
mentally it took a toll on me to tell myself I couldn't be myself.
Right.
I couldn't be
Hmm.
myself, and I couldn't get in no trouble, because if I got into trouble, my mom or nobody could come
To
save
see
me,
you.
right?
Hmm.
And so it already had to, like, I didn't see them for the first 18 months. So just think, I got two small children,
Yeah.
elementary, a newborn, well, not a newborn, a toddler, and then a 7-year-old, 8-year
Hmm.
old, and then I got my mom. So
Hmm.
they're millions of miles, in my mind, I'm thinking millions of miles, but hundreds of
Okay.
miles
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. But they
And
thousands of miles.
yeah, and it's like I would hear about the people going to the shoe all the time, and they would talk about how bad it was. Then boom, I went to the shoe.
Yeah. I went to the shoe too
I went
before.
to the shoe, and I went to the shoe because my roommate, I could say it now, I've never really told the story, but my roommate got into a fight.
Uh-huh.
She got into a fight, and so they came and they needed a witness. They locked me up for a day.
Oh
So it's
Lord.
like, tell, tell, tell. And it's like, no, I didn't see anything.
Hmm.
I didn't see
Hmm.
nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then another time I almost got locked up in the shoe
Uh-huh.
because somebody was fighting on the stairs, and a lot of blood was all over the place.
Mm.
So the people that was right there, they was like, "How didn't you see it? Your room is right here." Boom, again, my room is by the stairway. And they said they wanted to get me because the blood had started getting cleaned up. Well, I was just in my mind because there's cameras in the unit, but the cameras would move
Oh,
at
okay.
the
It
time.
rotated.
At the time that the cameras move, who is cleaning up blood off the stairs and off down our hall? Denise.
You. Like they say, oh, you trying to clean up the evidence.
And they because they tell you like if blood spill, you ain't supposed to go nowhere near it. But I'm an
Yeah.
orderly. So
Oh,
that was
see, you
my
can.
reason for cleaning it, right?
Right,
And it
right.
was lots of blood. The girl beat the other girl with a Pepsi can.
Oh,
So blood squirt out her head, and then it was just blood all over the place, and then people was trying to go down the stairs, up the steps and stuff, and people's
packing
hollering
blood.
for all the orderlies, right? The other orderlies were scared. So I wasn't scared because the police hadn't even came yet. Now there's a whole big old fight, scrapping up and down the walkway, halfway
Mm,
down the steps,
mm.
dragging down the steps, bing,
Oh,
bing, on
wow.
top of the railings, all of that. Real good fight, right?
But she's a real good one.
And so I'm trying to clean it up, and they caught me. And I'm like, and I could hear them come, I could hear keys shuffling and running down the
Girl, they was ready to
thing
lock
from
you
through the
in.
door to bust up in there to come up there, right? They're looking for messy hair, ripped clothes, like
Right.
everything. So
Mm-hmm.
they see me with the mop. When I see him coming, I just keep on walking.
Right.
And they didn't know my name, and I can hear him say, "Hey, what's her name?" I keep walking like I don't know. I'm walking with the mop, and then
Right.
finally he was like, "You with the mop?" I just froze. "What are you doing?" And then he started walking up on me. You're not supposed to. So I'm just like backing up. I don't know. I just want to. I'm like trying to make up excuses, and he like grabbed me,
Hmm.
and then the other one told him like, don't grab me, right? You
Right.
go. He said, "Go, put the mop down." So I'm holding the mop, right? Put the mop down. I flung the mop, kept on everybody started laughing, people's laughing and making jokes. "Oh, you in trouble, you in trouble."
Okay.
And then some of them say, "Leave her alone. She ain't got nothing to do with this." And da, da, da.
Right.
So I go down, they lock me in the office. I
Hmm.
get in the office. He's asking me a million questions. "Who will fire?" "I don't know. I was in my room." Your room is right there, So I don't know. I'm just an orderly. I just was. "So you were in the middle of your job. I'm gonna run the cameras back and see if you was cleaning prior to the. So if you was cleaning prior to the fight,
Ooh.
you know who was fighting." I said, "No, no, 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 I don't."
Oh,
Well,
girl.
I seen it all. But
Oh,
yeah, so it's a lot of mental strain just dealing with the police, like
yes, it
on the
is.
smallest situation, right? You ain't
Hmm.
even did nothing, you scared of them, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
a lot of people, some people be like, "Oh, I ain't scared of the police. F the police out of E." At some points, you do be in life,
Yeah. Especially when the police come to your face and ask you something, your butt gonna freeze up.
and then you feel like it's kind of be like when they come ask you a question, you gotta overthink it. Like, am I telling? Am I saying the right thing?
Right. Am I saying this right? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me rewind. Let's start over.
Right, right. So
Oh,
as far I don't know if Candace Owens will get her wishes as far as porn being illegal, excuse me, in the
illegal.
United States. It's gonna always be legal.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you could get rid of porn here.
I mean, um if it's so many people making it themselves, right?
Yeah, homemade.
Homemade ones. And so then that stuff gets leaked. People's
Mm-hmm.
husbands, wives relief stuff all the time, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Purposely and not purposely, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
I don't
Definitely.
know about I don't know about that.
Yeah. Okay, Candace Owens. I don't know. I think that's a flop.
Yeah, there's a and lastly there is a case where it was a man that had faked being a lawyer.
Oh, they
He
do
faked
that all
being an
the time.
attorney. A black man that had faked being an attorney, and he won 26 cases. He has now been arrested.
Oh, wow. So
And
wait a minute.
98%, and they did a poll and they said 2% said lock him up, and 98% said let him out.
Yeah.
You
And
won
see,
26 cases and you're not even an attorney.
right. He
And
knows the law very well.
yeah, he does. And see, that's why they're saying we're not supposed to be confined to a school. You aren't supposed to be locked up. But if people didn't get locked up, what would be the other end of the result of violence?
Mm,
It,
right.
what, they're just going to get sick of it? Then
No,
would be worse if there was no
it'd be
justice.
worse. Yeah, it would be worse. Oh yeah, most definitely. Because you'll be like running amok. Just it just some people just like hurting people, so it'll just stay fluent. They just keep on hurting people after people. So you have to put a stop to it somehow. Like all these, look at all these child murderers, serial killers. You know what I'm saying? They go across state to state and killing people. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if they didn't have jail for those people, and those people did still do it.
Yeah, the people say that the justice system is just as fake as his law degree.
Most definitely. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He earned his law degree. They said the people say now it was 8,000 people, over 8,000 people that voted that he should be free, right? Out of
He
the
should.
98%
Did
was on
he
his
did he happen
side.
to go to law school or anything? He just didn't get
No,
his
no, he did not. They said that
nothing.
they said them 26 cases one mean that he got a law degree because there's a lot of lawyers that ain't even won 26 cases.
Oh, right. Yes.
So that's what they're
Mhm.
saying. He should free him. He's entitled to a Netflix documentary.
Yes, for sure. Uh-huh.
He
Most
he
definitely.
he he identified himself as attorney himself. He's self and he gave himself his
Self-made,
law degree.
self-made
Yeah, he's a
attorney,
self-made
self-made.
lawyer, right?
So
Send
they,
him
you
to
know
law
what?
school instead of jail. They said. Why would you
Some,
send him to jail? He should be going to law school.
yeah,
But
some
he
one of the
why
law,
would
you know what? He needs an honorable
yeah,
law degree.
right.
You don't
Because
have to
he
go to
read his
school.
own books
Go
and
take
did
the
his
CLEP,
own.
go take the CLEP test and uh test out, and he's an attorney now. That's what they should do.
Yeah. And we'll end with we have to at some point we have to talk about Diddy again. He's in the
Oh my
news for a
God.
whole different reason.
Wait a
I
minute.
mean, of course, bad, right? They said that his college girlfriend said that he beat her with a belt.
Oh,
So they're tying all these things in and all
yes,
these.
they are. But you know what? Now the federal investigators have gotten in touch with a lot of the people that are in those sex videos.
Hmm.
And I'm assuming the one guy, remember that guy that set himself on fire with the flag on the at the was it the White House or somewhere over there? He was saying he was a sex worker of P. Diddy's.
Yeah, that man. Yep, but he was in jail saying that.
Yes, they're gonna
Oh,
have him as a witness.
oh.
And other men that's in videos. I can't wait to see this. So it's going up. They're going to proceed with a
Look, I didn't want.
grand jury with all these men.
Right. Wow. Well, that ends
But
it, y'all.
look, I would like to go to that court hearing and see this grand jury hearing and see all these people go up and say what he did.
I don't know. Well, make sure y'all catch us on Friday.
Yes.
Well, Friday we'll tune in at 6 o'clock again for 5 minutes.